Okay, guys? So again, 2 points, 2-point perspective, horizon, and the corner of the room. Okay? The corner of the room. So I left a little space on top and a little space in the bottom. That's going to be the corner of the room. So now, using my vanishing point, number 1, my vanishing point, I'm going to, wait, let me fix my paper so you can see it. I'm going to take that vanishing point to the bottom of the line and and continue my room. It's okay. So that's 1. Now my other vanishing point to the bottom of the room. We're creating the bottom of the room. Okay? So that's the bottom of the room.
Where do you need to put the vanishing point?
A vanishing point. The vanishing points are 2 vanishing points, 1 and 2, where my fingers are touching. Those are 2 vanishing points. That's the horizon. Okay? And the inside, that's going to be the inside of the house, the corner of the house, the floor of the house. It's the corner, okay? So we're looking at a corner. You have a question? Okay. Now, again, with this vanishing point, I'm going to connect it to the corner of the top of the room. Okay. So that's where my line ends. And I'm going to make a line. So that's the rooftop. Now the other vanishing point opposite, I'm going to do the other rooftop. So from vanishing point to top of the room. Okay. So that is a corner of my house. Okay. My horizon very lightly so that I can erase 2 vanishing points. Okay. So now on this side, we're gonna draw a door looking outside. Okay. With a window. So a door and a window. So make sure to give yourself enough space for the door and the window. Okay, so this is going to be my door. I'm drawing a vertical line up and down. Okay, a vertical line up and down. That's going to be my door. Now the other side of the door. Remember, I wanted to make sure there's enough space for a window. Arlette, take a look at the chat, please. So this is the other side of the door. Okay, so we need to connect it now. So, but we're gonna connect it with the vanishing point, the opposite vanishing point. Okay. So I'm gonna draw it lightly because I need to I didn't finish the door side. Okay. So that's my door using vertical lines. That's touching the vanishing point. Okay, vanishing point to the door. So that's my door. There's enough space for a window here. Okay. Mr. Godinez's drawing, take a look at it. It's the same thing. We're doing the same thing, but we're gonna make sure that there's space for a window, okay? But he did the same thing. A door and a corner of the room. This is finished already. but we're adding a window. Okay? So we made the door a little thinner, a bit thinner. Okay, so now let's continue with this door first. We're gonna continue with this door and then we'll do the window and then the other room, okay? So now, we can do a door frame. A door frame, let's do a door frame. So how do we do a door frame? We're gonna mimic this line and just move the ruler a little to the side to create a bit of thickness. That's gonna be the door frame. Okay. What about the other side? The other side, since it's further away, it's thinner than this line, than that door frame, okay? It's a bit thinner. But I'm mimicking it with the ruler. Okay? And the rooftop, and not the rooftop, the top of the door is gonna be a frame. We're closing the frame. So you see, my door has a frame now. And I can erase the horizon line inside my frame because I don't need that. Let's add some details on this door frame. They usually have a line connecting from point to point on door frames. So that's my door frame. So now let's make the door frame thicker. Okay, so it's just right now it's just paper thin. Let's add some thickness to it. So let me move my paper. So again, we're connecting with the vanishing point to this point, to the bottom point, to make thickness. So vanishing point to the bottom door frame. And the wall, actually, we're making it thick enough for the door, for the door frame and the wall, okay? So we're making it a bit thicker. So there's enough space for the wall and the door frame, yes? So now, a vertical line up and down, make sure it's straight. To close that wall.
Go ahead and remove part left from the room. Remove her. Actually, yes, I met with him yesterday, and we went through and I showed him the Zoom link as well.
Okay, so that created thickness, right?
So a couple of them said that they had tried, and they were going to.
So actually, we're gonna finish all the way to the top.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so I kind of did go over that.
Now.
And, so I see them again tomorrow.
So now we're going to use vanishing point and do the top
so the other
of the door wall.
Is part 2. Yeah, intermediate.
So that's going to be my wall thickness. And I'm going to connect these lines so it can be the corner of the wall.
Okay, so I'll mention that to
Can you see how thick it is now? It's pretty thick. It's a thick wall, and I'm erasing the horizon, the horizontal line in my door frame. Okay, so there's thickness now. There's thickness. Okay, So can you see the door now? Can you see the door? Now let's add the door. Let's add the actual door. Okay?
Can you hold it upside down for a second for us?
Sure.
Okay. Now it looks straight. Because the angle of the camera, it looks like your lines are going this way.
Oh, I see.
But when you hold it this way, now it's.
Oh, I see.
Going in the other direction. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, okay. No, he didn't. Okay, so we may have to make sure that our lines are straight up and down. Okay. Okay, now let's add the door. Let's add the door. There's thickness in our door frame. And now we're gonna add a door. Okay. So how do we add the door? So again, we're going to mimic the door frame. It's gonna be an open door. Leave a little space. A little space. That's gonna be the door. Okay. So there's a little space in between. And now I'm gonna repeat that line. This is the thickness of the door. The thickness of the side of the door. A line straight up and down. And I'm closing it. Okay. So look, I'm gonna show you a final one. This is what we're doing right now. We are doing this part of the door. Okay. That's the part we're doing right now. So now we're gonna do this part, the rest of the door, okay? Now we're gonna do that part. So how do we do that? So I want an open door, so a line going down. It probably looks awkward, but you will fix it right now. And so I'm going to make the line. I'm going to make a line out of the paper to make sure I do it correctly. Okay, this is another paper, a scratch piece of paper. And I am adding it, I'm using it to create the line, okay, of the door. Okay, so now let's make the door. Nope. Needs to be it's an open door, so it's going to be very slanted. Okay. And now we're going to close it. Close the shape to finish the door. Erasing some lines, erasing some of the horizontal line, the horizon line. And we're leaving that little space in the horizon to know that you can see through it, okay?
Can you explain right now that see, right now, whenever you're holding the
Is the line going down from the door straight, or is it at an angle?
Can you repeat that? Which are you talking about? This line?
Straight?
This line? This is a straight line, up and down. This is going to be the door.
That's what I was gonna tell you. It doesn't look
Alright.
like. So you can look at it on my screen.
Oh, it looks
Yeah,
okay.
so you have to show them that you're actually holding it straight because the camera's not straight.
Yeah. Okay, so the camera is not holding it straight, but it's a straight line. It's not a crooked line.
Flip it so you can see that it is actually straight.
So it's a straight line up and down. Okay? It's not a crooked line. It's a line straight up and down. Can you? Am I doing it correctly or?
You are doing it correctly.
I'm.
Yeah, it just gives us the illusion that it's
That's going like
it's
this.
doing this.
Yeah. Okay, guys, it's not going like this. Even though the camera it makes it look like this, the lines they're actually straight up and down. Okay. It's just the camera makes it look slanted, but it's not slanted. Okay, it's straight up and down. Okay. So I have my door. There's straight lines and it's connected to, actually this slanted door does not connect to the vanishing point, okay? It does not connect it. This and this does not connect, see? Because it's an open door. So this is my vanishing point and it goes down. Okay. So I feel like this is a bit thicker than this. Yeah, it's okay. Okay. So you guys might see this shrinking, but it's not shrinking. It's actually straight up and down, okay? Okay, so now we have the door. We can add a background now, okay? A background, and we can add stairs. We can also add details to this door, okay? So let's start with adding the stairways leading to the door, okay? So using my vanishing point, I'm gonna make stairways, okay? So using my vanishing point, I'm going to make a line, and then using my other vanishing point, so it's a cement square outside the house. That's going to become stairways, okay? So again, I'm using the vanishing point for my second step. And my other vanishing point to close that step. Okay, so now we can make a rail, and I can make another step right there. Let me make another step. And finish it off with the other vanishing point. Okay, so that's my stairs. And I'm going to make a rail. So I'm going to use a vertical line. First, I'm going to draw a little circle to indicate where I want it. Okay. I don't want it straight in the corner of, I don't want it next to that corner because then I will hide that corner. I want to show that corner. So I move the circle a little to the side, okay? To not hide this corner. So that's my rail. And I'm mimicking that line. Okay. And I am erasing some lines to make sure that the rail is not see-through. Okay. So I can still see that corner, which I want to show. Okay. All right. Now let's finish the rail. I'm going to make a line from the vanishing point to the rail and the house, so it connects to the house. Okay. Now let's add some thickness to the rail. Adding thickness, and I'm erasing some lines. So that's my rail. So what about the stairs? Let's make it going down. Let's make the rail going down. So very slightly, I'm going to lean it. And the same thickness as this side. I'm making a rail for the stairs. And I'm erasing lines so it connects. Okay, so that's my rail. And I can even make a pole right here to finish the rail. Okay. Okay, that's my rail. And now I can add a landscape right here. I wanted to do a beach, okay? But first, let's do the window. Okay, let's do the window. At the end, I'm gonna draw the background so I can do the background at the same time. Let's do the inside first. So let's add a window. I want the height the same as the door, so I am going to make a line straight up and down. Okay, it's gonna be a long window. And do you want it outside, going outside the picture or not? I do want to make it up going outside the window, outside the room. It's a big window, so I'm going to make it lead out the house. Okay, so that's my window. And it's a big window, so it goes out of the paper, okay? It goes out of the paper. So I'm erasing this is the wall. This is the wall, so I'm erasing the horizontal line, the horizon, because you can't see the horizon in the wall. So now let's do a window frame. Let's do a window frame. Let's add some thickness to that window. So again, I'm mimicking. So it's the same as the door frame. I'm going to mimic this line. I'm moving my ruler a little bit. And I'm making a line straight up and down. And the same with the bottom line. I'm moving my ruler a little up. And I'm mimicking that line. That's gonna be my window frame. And now the top one. Okay, so that's my window frame. Okay, now let's make it thick. I want to see some wall, some thickness. This is the window frame, but now I want it the same thickness as this wall, as this door, okay? So this is pretty thick. So how are we gonna do that? Let's start with the bottom first. Don't forget to use your vanishing points, okay? Vanishing points. Am I showing? Yes, vanishing points. Vanishing point, and I'm going to draw a line. That's the thickness of the window. Now, the side one, the side. I want to keep it the same, kind of the same as the door frame, same thickness, because it's the wall. Oops. Going up and down. And I'm erasing the horizon so that I know that it's not, you can't see the horizon. And again, connecting it from vanishing point to the window. That's going to be the thickness of the window, the same as the door. Okay. And don't forget to connect the corners so that you can see that it is the corner of the window. Okay. Can you see it? So don't forget to erase the horizon. Okay, so that's my window. Now I can add a background. Okay, let's add a background now. So what do you want? You can draw whichever background you want, but I want to draw a beach and with some umbrellas and people playing outside. It's a beach house. So let's do a beach, but let's do a little bit of mountains, like all the way in the, it's like a distant land in the beach. Sometimes you can see that in the beach. Okay. And now I'm going to draw the sand edge. Remember, it goes in between. That's an opening of the door. That's my sand edge. Okay. So now some water, some waves. Let's add some waves. How can I do waves? So some texture of water. So what I do is just keep repeating lines very softly. And some are dark, some are lighter. That's how I do waves. The ripples of the water. And how about some waves in the distance? Waves are a bit difficult. You have a question? Waves are a bit difficult, but what I usually do for waves, I curve lines. So it looks like they're going over like an actual wave. Okay, how about an umbrella, some towels? Let's add an umbrella here. It's gonna be somebody sunbathing. I'm just adding details now, guys. Details. Details make a drawing better. Okay? The details is what makes the drawing better. So I'm adding a little umbrella with, how about a towel? And let's, a towel, somebody sunbathing there. And shadow, how about shadow? Let's add some value to our drawing, okay? Let's add some value. Wait, this umbrella looks a little too thin. Okay. Okay. Let's add some value to our doorway. So the sun is coming from this side, okay? So let's add some shadow on the rails. We can add shadow on the door. Oh, let's make some details on the door too. We can add a handle. Let's add a handle. So I'm going to add a rectangle mimicking the shape of the door. So the top of the door to the bottom. Okay. Straight up and down. How about a handle, a door handle, a doorknob? Racing some lines. I'm just adding details, guys. Details. And a keyhole. All right. How about the design of the door? Let's add some squares to the door. So I'm mimicking the same shape of the door to add the details. Oops. Okay. So I'm just adding details to the doors. I'm going to make squares inside the door so you can look like it's indented. And you're going to be able to see it more with value. Sort of like the one Mr. Wolinas did. You see the squares with the value? It makes it look thick. So we're adding, right now we're adding the value to our door. So it can look more 3D, okay? The shadow will make it look more 3D. So let's add the squares to the door. So I am using vertical lines to create this and the shape of my door. I'm actually not connecting it with vanishing points because my door is not using the vanishing points because it's an open door. So I'm just gonna make the square and then I'm gonna erase some lines. Okay. Wait, nope. So now I'm going to erase some lines. I just made a long line and I plan to erase what I don't want at the end. Okay. So I want it that thick. So I'm erasing and connecting. Okay. So again, with the same one in the bottom. And I'm connecting it with the door. I'm gonna add this video on your Google Classroom. So if I'm going a little too fast, you can take a look at mine or Mr. Godina's video. Okay. And I'm darkening some lines because I want to keep these lines. I'm darkening lines. And I'm making these little details. I want them to look like they're not just drawn in, but they're hollow. There's a bit of thickness to these little rectangles. They're details in the door. They're just very thin details on the door. So it's gonna be a very thin. With value, you're gonna be able to define them a little bit better. So I'm adding a little bit of value. So doing details. Okay. And now the bottom ones. Oops. Okay. How about the door hinges? From the door to the wall, what is it connected to? Let's add that. We can't just have a door floating in space, so we're gonna connect it to the door. So I'm doing little squares. And another little square. That's how the door is going to be attached to the wall. Okay. I want another little square here. Okay. Now let's add some value. Let's add some value to this. I want to show this ocean. I'm adding a little bit more details on the ocean so that I know it's an ocean. Some waves, some ripples. If I added color, I could see that it's an ocean better. But since I don't have color, I'm just going to add details. Details and color will be better. Okay. This is a little far away island. Okay, let's add some shadow, some value. So the sun is coming from this side. There's gonna be shadow on the umbrella on the one side. And it's gonna make shadow in the floor on the sand. So there's shadow. How about on the rail? Remember, sun is coming from this side. So on the opposite of the light, there is shadow. So I'm adding value underneath. Everything that's not touching the sun has shadow, okay? How about the door? Let's make this door a little darker and the door frame. This door, this frame will be touching the light, but not the top side. It's away. The sun is right here on top, so it's not touching the top of the frame. Okay, so there's gonna be a bit of shadow on top of the frame, a little bit, and in the door. Remember guys, I'm gonna ask you guys to show me your drawings at the end of class before we leave. So please be doing some practice sketching for your homework. Okay guys, so now the hinges. What about the hinges? They're gonna be a little darker. There's gonna be nails. I'm gonna make it a little, no. Since it's metal, it's gonna have more reflective light. So they're just gonna stay a little lighter. Okay, now what about the door? There's gonna be some more value inside the squares. This needs to be darker. Okay, I'm adding value to my drawing now. And I can even shade it in with my finger. And erase some. If it's too dark, I'm gonna erase some with my eraser. Okay. How about the door handle? Little bit of value on the door handle. The keyhole. Okay. And so we can actually create now a wall, a opening to another room here. Let's create that opening and then I'll let you guys go. Okay, so on the floor, you can actually do also a wooden floor. You can add more details on the floor. Huh. I want this outside, I want it concrete, so I should have kept the line. So on the floor, you can add a wooden floor. Let's add an opening to this area. Where's my eraser? Okay. This just got a little dirty with a ruler. Okay, so now let's do the opening to this side. Let's do the opening. Then on Monday, we will finish the opening from this side, okay? I just want to start it today. So let's do an arch, okay? So I'm going to make a straight line up and down and then curve it on top. Making an arch inside the house. And there's gonna be thickness to this wall. I want it the same thickness as the door frame. So we're making an arch inside the house. Okay, and I am erasing some horizon because you can't see it. And this room will continue to this side. So you see the house is continuing, and there's going to be a corner. This is going to be the back of the house, the back of the house, and now the rooftop. The rooftop, you will continue it with this rooftop, okay? Wait. Yes. So we're continuing with that rooftop with the other side, erasing some lines. And I'm gonna make a window here, so I'm gonna keep the horizon that you can see it for next time, okay? And I am going to finish this corner by adding the side of the house. This is the back of the house. All right, so you see, there is a room here. There's gonna be a window. I'm just gonna show you how to do the window, mimicking these lines. We'll add thickness to this window. We'll add backgrounds, continue the beach background. I feel like this window's a little low, but we'll continue that on Monday, okay? Any questions, guys? I will post this video on Google Classroom with Mr. Godinez's example too. Okay, on Monday we'll continue this drawing. So did we do row, Mr. Godinez?
I sure did.
Okay.
Somebody came in the last 5 minutes.
Oh. Okay.
I'll check.
All right, guys.
They're all good.
So Mr. Godinez already took row. I'm going to post this video on Google Classroom. Mr. Godinez also has another example if you want to take a look at that. You don't have to do our examples. You can also look at YouTube and follow an example on YouTube, but it has to be indoors, okay? Inside the house, inside a building, inside somewhere, inside. It has to be 2 points. So 2 points, remember, there's 2 points inside that inside, and everything you connect to those 2 points, okay? We already did 1 point inside and outside, and now we're doing 2 points outside and inside. Today is inside, okay? We'll continue this drawing on Monday. So if you guys don't, okay, let me see you guys' work.